Hey beauty babes, welcome to my channel. I'm Maria, aka Agape Love Girl. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today's video is all about today I can't really talk, so I'll apologize ahead of time. Anyways, today's video is all about the new Urban Decay Born to Run collection. I did receive this in PR. It's this pretty big package, as they always are, but it looks like this if anybody's curious what the PR package looks like. So really cute. Urban Decay always spoils. I really appreciate them, but you guys know that if you're familiar with my videos, regardless of PR or not, whether I was sent it for free or not, I'm always going to be honest with you guys, and you know that doesn't sway my opinions, but I do really appreciate and am thankful always for the brands who send me things, and so you know I can still be thankful and be honest at the same time, just so you guys know. But beautiful package. Today's video won't necessarily be a review. It's just going to kind of be an overview of all the products in this collection. I'm going to do some swatches, arm swatches, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do some lip swatches since there's just 3 shades. I am wearing one of them already on my lips, and it's the shade 66. And I did do a tutorial with this the eyeshadow palette. That's what's on my eyes today. That will not be in this video, and I decided to keep it separate for a couple of reasons, or maybe just one reason. Let me just tell you. Basically, I'm trying not to make my videos too long. I like to talk a lot, and I do try to tone it down a little bit, but then next thing I know, it's like I talk too much and it's hard to cut stuff out. So for the sake of keeping my video shorter, I'm going to post this tutorial separately. Even though a lot of you guys don't like longer videos, a lot of you have said you'd almost prefer a longer video rather than having to wait for, you know, another video to be uploaded like the next week or a couple days later. You guys want to see this stuff now, and I definitely don't blame you. For the sake of keeping my video a little bit shorter, and also not wanting to keep you guys waiting, I'm going to try my best to upload both videos the same day. This one will go up first, and I'll probably upload the tutorial right after, probably not at the exact same time, but very soon after. I'm going to try my best to edit everything as quick as possible so you guys don't have to wait. That when you're done watching this, you can watch the tutorial if you'd like to see these shadows in action and just see this look if you're curious about this look. So that is something to look forward to. I will have the video linked so you can easily click on over to it. Additionally, I know I'm kind of a little bit late to the game here on sharing this collection. I was out of town for 2 weeks when this arrived, and so there has already been a ton of videos already that I've seen up of people sharing about this, so this might be old news to you guys. You guys might have already seen it, don't really care, or maybe if you haven't seen it, you know, hopefully you find this video helpful, or maybe you guys just like seeing, you know, learning about products from me because you just enjoy my content. And if that's you, thank you. I appreciate you. Love you guys so much. So yeah, I just wanted to keep this a little bit more brief, just informative, let you guys see the products and the prices and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and get into it. Now this collection comes with the palette, 3 lipsticks, 3 eyeliners, and then a mini one of their all-nighter setting sprays. I'm going to go ahead and touch on some of the quicker, easier stuff first before we get into the palette. So I'll have timestamps in the description box for sure. So be sure to check there if you're not interested in stuff. But basically, I just want to share this really quickly. First, this is just a travel size of their all-nighter setting spray. There's nothing different about it. It's just a travel size, but they put the cute Born to Run kind of like logo printing around it. I feel like this is probably should be for sale. It doesn't say that it is or isn't because there's no price for it, but they gave information about it, so I would imagine that you can buy this, you know, this Born to Run one if you want it. I mean, you could also buy a regular all-nighter travel set, you know, size. Those are available at stores too, but I would imagine if you want the cute one to buy, then you could. So there is that. And then there are their 24/7 Glide On eye pencils. There are 3 of them, and it says 2 are new and 1 is a cult favorite. It doesn't say which one's a cult favorite, and I'm not super familiar with all of the shades they have of this, but I will look it up and I'll put it on the screen which one is the one they've already had. I'm surprised they didn't put it on here because there are some shades in the palette that are repeats from previous launches, and they do note those. But anyways, now these eye pencils are $21 each, and and they are really, really beautiful. I am wearing the green one on my waterline right now. I don't think you could tell from this far away, but I will have swatches up close on my hand to show you. And up first is the shade Lucky, and this is described as a dark metallic copper, and it is actually so pretty. It has like little reflects of kind of like silver. It looks like silver glitter. I imagine it's not actual glitter, because if you're gonna put it on your waterline, well, a lot of, from what I know, you're not supposed to put stuff on your waterline, but we do anyways, and I think they know that, so I don't think it's going to be glitter. But yeah, it's super pretty. The next one is called Double Life, and this is described as a reddish brown metallic. This one's really pretty too, but I really like Lucky better. And then next up is the shade Overdrive, which is a deep green metallic shade, and so this one's really pretty. I like that it's like a very cool tone green. It kind of leans blue a little bit. It's super pretty. Alright, up next are the lipsticks, and these are 3 brand new lipsticks, although I feel like the one I'm wearing right now looks very similar to Backtalk. I'll have to swatch them side by side or something to see, but it does look very similar. But then again, they have so many Vice lipsticks, it's like how many new shades can they really come up with without some being somewhat similar? Okay, really quickly, here is side by side. This one's 66 and that one is a Backtalk. They're definitely not as similar as I thought, just from memory. This one just reminded me of Backtalk, but definitely Backtalk is a lot more pink and cool toned. Well, they're both kind of cool toned. I don't know if this is more neutral tone, but it's darker, a little bit more mauve-y purple. And then also it reminded me of Bun Bun a little bit from the limited edition Kristen Leanne collection, but that's also very different. This one's a little bit more browny, nude compared to those two. But there you go, just goes to show that you can create all sorts of pinky, nudie, mauve-y colors and they're all different. Similar but different. But anyways, these are limited edition. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize that stuff in this was limited edition. I think the palette is not limited edition. We'll get into that. So these are, it says, are 3 limited edition Born to Run Vice lipstick shades, and they will be $18 each. Alright, up first is the shade Ready, with a question mark, so it's actually Ready. And this one is, oh my gosh, so stunning. This is described as a bright rose sparkle. This is one of their metallic shades, and oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. The sparkle in it is like seriously insane. It's gorgeous. All right, next up is the shade 66, which is described as a rich mauve nude. It's the one I've been wearing throughout this video, and this is one of their comfort matte shades. And then lastly is the shade Marfa. Not sure, I've never heard that word before. I don't know what that is. Marfa, M-A-R-F-A. And this is described as a dark berry with pink micro shimmer. It's a comfort matte, and it does have a little bit of subtle shimmer. I think in the tube it looks really pretty. Like you see some of that shimmer more so in the tube when you look at it, but once it's on, the shimmer is very subtle. But all of these are just like, I like the Vice lipsticks a lot. I don't wear lipsticks a lot. I'm just not a lipstick girl, but the Vice lipstick formula is just, it's so comfortable and so nice and just really good. So can't go wrong with the Vice, you know, Vice lipsticks. Alright, now moving on, what most of you guys are probably here for, what I was the most interested in, and that is the Born to Run palette. This is a $49 palette, which I think is a pretty, you know, it's typical of Urban Decay pricing, but I think it's really good considering you are getting 21 shadows. It's a good size palette. It's a good variety of shades and mattes and metallics and shimmers and things like that. The colors are gorgeous. I love the range of like warms, but also has a few cool tones in there. It's got a good mix. It's definitely because they're kind of advertising it as in your all-in-one kind of a palette, so you don't have to if you're traveling or just in general, rather than carrying around multiple palettes and things like that. This is your all-in-one. It's supposed to have it all, and I do feel like looking at it like it has a matte brow bone. It has a shimmery brow bone. It's got several matte transition shades. It's got gorgeous shimmers and metallics, and like I already said, a mix of cool tones, neutrals, and warm tones, and my first impressions of this palette are really, really good. I like it a lot. There have been other palettes from Urban Decay that I've said, yeah, I don't really like the formula of this as much, or here's an issue with this that I'm discovering. I've said that in past reviews and things like that. So again, I'm not just saying this because I got it for free. Like, I'm already very, very impressed with it. I've used it twice so far, different shades each time. I'm loving it. But anyways, enough about that. Like I said, there are 21 shades in this palette, but 5 of them are repeats, and I will let you know which ones those are when we go into the swatches. But before we get into the swatches, let me just show you the packaging really quick. I'm sure you guys have all seen the packaging. I want to run by this really quick, but in case you haven't or just want to see it up close in video, here it is. This is the outer packaging. It looks really, really nice. I love this Born to Run like photo collage. It's just really cute. You do get like the information on the back here with the, you know, the shades listed back here so you can see what they are. Alright, and then here's what the actual palette looks like. It's really, really pretty. As soon as I saw this one on social media, as soon as I saw them tease it, I was instantly like intrigued. Like it caught my attention right away. And actually, if I'm being honest, while I love, you know, Urban Decay products and I, you know, use them a lot, it's been a while since I've actually seen one of their launches and I was like, oh my god, I have to have it. But this was one that I wasn't sure if I was going to get it in PR. And I know that might sound weird because it seems like I always get their stuff in PR, but they kind of sometimes send a PR in like segments or something. Like for a while it was like I was getting every single launch they did, and it was almost like overwhelming, like, oh my god, they're launching stuff every 5 seconds, and I was getting it all. And then I think for the last 2 or 3 launches, like the Beached palette, it's like the blue and orange one, and there was something else I think to launch. Oh, the like Afterglow. There was a couple different things that launched that I didn't receive as PR, so I didn't get them. And anyways, what I was saying was there's, you know, they're always launching things, and it's been a while since I've seen something that really caught my eye and was like, I want to have that, and if I don't get it in PR, I will buy that kind of thing. So a lot of the stuff I've received in the past I've considered buying, but it wasn't like I need to have that, and I wasn't sure if I'd get it in PR. But not many of them that I can recall have been ones like, if I don't get this in PR, I will be purchasing it kind of a thing. The Backtalk palette was one that was close. I pretty much thought about getting that if I didn't get it in PR, but I ended up getting it in PR. So anyways, but this was one where I was like, because I hadn't been receiving their PR in a while, so I wasn't sure if I was going to get it, and I was like, if I don't get that in PR, I will be purchasing this because this palette is speaking to me. It is stunning. So anyways, back to showing you guys it up close. I apologize, this is like full of rambling and stuff like that, but just sharing my thoughts with you. So here is what the palette looks like. It's pretty sturdy, and it's it's not cardboard, it's hard plastic, and the design is on the front and the back. It's really, really pretty, really sleek, especially compared to a lot of the things that Urban Decay has been doing lately with their packaging. A lot of the limited edition stuff, especially like their Heavy Metals palette, the Kristen Leanne palette, even the Backtalk palette, I thought I liked the packaging, but it's a little bit different, a little bit weird. They're always doing something a little bit different and weird, often bulky with their packaging. This one's not. It's very sleek, which kind of makes sense for it being a travel palette. It's supposed to be travel friendly. It's a big palette, but it's not too big, and it has a very, very large mirror. Like the whole thing is a mirror right here, and then it flips all the way back. So it's nice. You can set it up like this if you wanted, like on a table, you know, or you can hold it and use it up. So it's a very flexible, bendy mirror. It's so bendy. It makes me think of Phoebe from Friends. But anyways, and then here's a look at the palette. Gosh, I just think the shades are so, so beautiful. And I know it might seem like it's pretty dominant warm tone. Those of you who are looking for something new and exciting, like a blue palette, might not be thrilled about it, but you do have one blue in here. I know it's like the classic Papa blue in a palette, but they do have like these greens. This is a more like regular green, and this one's more of a like tealy minty green. That's what I have on my lids today. And so it's a little bit more cool tone. And so I don't know, I find it to be very versatile, and I think it's friendly for a lot of people, because while I know that a lot of the beauty community really is looking for something new and different and not the same old warm tone palettes, I think the thing is there just isn't And maybe I'm wrong, but I don't feel like in the everyday, aside from the beauty community, I know the beauty community wants something different, but I think everyday, I don't want to say everyday average people, that sounds bad, but you know what I mean, like people who are not in the beauty community, people who don't do YouTube, I don't think they're necessarily looking to wear a lot of blues. You know, people get freaked out easily by blues. They tend to feel like they're gonna look like Mimi from Drew Carey, the Drew Carey show, if anybody remembers that. So I don't think the average consumer like is looking for a palette with lots of blues. I think this speaks to a lot more consumers, maybe not necessarily in the beauty community, but I feel like this is a smart move and I think it's a gorgeous palette. Definitely spoke to me. But anyways, enough of my rambling. Let's go ahead and get into the swatches. I'm just going to do them on my hand and kind of describe them to you as we go. So up first is a Breakaway, and this is described as a warm ivory shimmer. Then next up is Stranded, which is a pale rose gold with tonal micro shimmer. And then thirdly, we have Blaze. Now this is one from previous palettes, and this is described as a light metallic with a pink shift. Next we will have Weekender, which is a light neutral beige matte. Then Still Shot, a bright peach. And then Riff, which is a brown nude matte with floating micro sparkle. And this is also, Riff is one from a previous palette. Now I know Still Shot doesn't look super great swatched here, but that's actually what I have in my crease, and it's super, super pigmented. So you can't always tell everything from swatches, but I think we all know that by now. But anyways, moving on, we're going to go into Good as Gone, which is a deep brown with iridescent micro shimmer. Then Hellride, which is deep fuchsia matte. And then Baja, which is a burnt orange matte. Moving on, we're going into the shade Accelerate, a red copper metallic. Guilt Trip, a smoky purple shimmer. And Ignite, a rose gold metallic. Then we have Smog, which you guys might recognize. It was from another palette, and this is a deep coppery bronze. Next is Wanderlust. This is a forest green with gold micro shimmer, and Wild Heart, which is a bright fuchsia shimmer. Next up we have Punk, which is another shadow from a previous palette, and this is described as a reddish brown matte. Then we have Double Life, which is a metallic rust shade, and then Jet, another repeat shadow from previous palettes, and this is a black with deep shimmery purple shift. Alright, next up we have Drift. This is a charcoal satin with tonal micro shimmer. Then Radio, a deep emerald satin. And then Big Sky, which is described as a frosted green shimmer with iridescent micro sparkle. Alright, and that is all the shades in the palette. I apologize, the swatches are a little messy, but oh my gosh, this is the first time I've swatched all of them, and I'm just even more impressed. I think the shades are so gorgeous, especially a lot of these metallic shades. They're like, I was like, oh my gosh, when I swatched them, I just thought they were so, so beautiful. I literally cannot wait to use Wanderlust, this green shade, all over my lid. I did already use that on my lower lash line with the first look I did. I really want to do a look with it on my lid, but I refrained from doing that because, like I said, I usually gravitate towards these shades. I also, if I'm not doing that, I'm doing green, so I want to do something different for this look, but oh my gosh, I really want to play with that one. But anyways, if you're curious to see the first look I did, check out my Instagram page. I will have it linked below, but if you go onto my Instagram page, these little circles up here, if you're not familiar, are like highlights from my stories, and I saved it there. I didn't take pictures. What was I thinking? I should have done a picture, but I didn't take a picture that day that I did it. But if you click on it, it should pop up, not this one because there's a couple, actually no, this was, but there will be a couple looks before this. The look I did with this palette will be like the last 3 snaps. It's right here, me talking right here, and so that's kind of the look. If you want to see it up close, that's the look that I created with this palette for the very first time. And I don't think I kind of did this in my tutorial of this look, so I'm just going to say so now. That first impressions of this palette are really good. I think I have already said that here at least, but after swatching them all, I'm just like, oh, I'm I'm even more impressed. I think the quality is great. Now, I think this is what I was gonna say. What I didn't say in my tutorial was that when you dip your brush in, there is a little bit of kick up and there is a little bit of fallout when you're putting on the lid. I don't think that's, for me personally, that's not like a bad thing. That's not something that hinders me from getting a palette. Fallout is just inevitable, especially when there is a very pigmented palette. Fallout doesn't bother me. Kick up doesn't bother me. What is usually a deal breaker is if like they don't perform, like if they're super pigmented here and have fallout but then they're not showing up on the lid, you know. But that's not the case. These show up so good. I did mention this in my tutorial, but I'll mention it here, is that these, even without having to be wet, like a wet brush, they apply just beautifully. I think I did try it with a wet brush, not for this look, but for the first look I did, and I actually preferred it better without wetting a brush. And I just think that they perform amazingly. The mattes are gorgeous. They feel in the pan pretty like hard, and not all of them. Like this one's pretty hard and dry. Riff actually felt really, really soft and creamy. Let's see, there was another one. Nope, Baja feels soft. Hellride, it must have been. Hellride and Still Shot felt like very, very dry mattes, and that's why like Still Shot didn't swatch as well, but it performs really well. Like they perform on the eye really, really well and blend really well. So I'm just really excited to continue playing with this palette and try new looks with it, because it's beautiful. I really love it. If you want to see specific shadows being used, a tutorial with any shadows in this palette, let me know your suggestions or requests so I can do that in the future for future tutorials. Because looking at this palette, I'm just like, what do I do with it? I know what I want to do, what I would typically do, but I don't want to always be doing the same thing for you guys. If you guys want to see something new, let me know what shades you want to see me use with this palette. You know, I want to be able to inspire you and or teach you how to use different shades that you want to see being used. So let me know that so I can be sure to do that in the future. But yeah, with all that being said, that is it for this video and this kind of closer look at the Born to Run collection and my first impression thoughts. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends so that other people can see it. You know, sharing it, liking it, commenting are all really great things to help boost my channel and help me out to get me seen and things like that. So also stay tuned for this tutorial, which will be coming right after this video. So if you want to see that, that will be up very soon. So with all that being said, I just want to thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, much love and hugs to you. Bye, beauty babes.